I'm happy to say that Facebook has not changed the stream key.
I noticed that because I tested it earlier.
Isn't that nice?
Yeah, because it said connect, connect to the thing. So I tested it earlier. Let's see what he got.
I got the fan on medium. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my God! I remember saying that. You know what I find is funny?
You're in the pre-show if you want to get shared up now.
You know what I find is funny? I looked at Terry's show versus Sal's, and she had more numbers, more people.
That's good.
Click on that. I don't know how this is gonna go, but we'll put that. Ooh, tag them too. What the hell? I know my son won't watch it, but I'll tag him anyway. Deadpool, Summer, John.
Okay, look at the big screen. Do you want the Mixed World thing here? You want it smaller?
I'm trying to be able to make sure that everybody could see this.
Yeah.
So
What I could do, I could maybe put this over here.
yeah, the comments won't really bleed into it, so I'm not worried about it.
And maybe put that like that. How's that?
That'll work.
Okay.
And then we go like this. So do you want to reset the timer?
Sure. How's that?
That's good. And I just got to do this. Okay. Then we go like that. So we should.
So I think at this point you don't need me anymore. I mean, today.
Except to hit go live.
Go live?
Yeah. Because we're streaming, but it's not going live out yet, is it?
It is. Yeah, the pre-show goes live.
And then I just hit the timer to go active?
Active, yeah, from the pre-show to the show.
Okay. So we're all set then.
Okay.
And I'll give it like 10 more minutes and I'll get started.
All right. I'm going to rest my body.
Yeah, you did a lot of hard work cutting those boards and...
I know, and putting on the vinyl is not very much fun, but it's something I got to do.
I heard you cussing all the way from my house
Really?
the last time you put the vinyl on. Okay, so don't have anybody real quick. Just, where's my phone? It's in my pocket. Make sure that's plugged in. So. Dog. That's Lily, my service dog. Yeah. Okay. I will. I'm not going to swallow her head though. She's already got a big enough head. Okay, so let's see. You know what? Screw it. I'm going on. I'm going to start the timer. And hello, everyone. Welcome to the long-awaited return of Mixed World. Here's what we're doing today. We are doing a 16-wrestler bracket where we'll have 8 matches, as you can see on the paper. We have one match filled in. It'll be the Fabulous Moolah versus Becky Lynch. The concept is when I roll for the next matches, I'm going to roll 2 8-sided. The rainbow die that I have in my hand right now, which you can see, is for the WWE current superstars. The orange one is for the legends that I have chosen. What I'm going to do is I'll roll these 2, and I'll take the numbers that you see 2 and 4 and match them up to my list, which technically 2 would be Seth Rollins versus Rikishi. Hey, Matt. So, Matt, like I was explaining, the way I'm going to do this, I'm going to live roll the matches, or first live roll the matches, and I have a list of 8 current WWE superstars versus 8 legends. And my legends are Hulk Hogan, Ric Flair, Umaga, Rikishi, Taz, Andre the Giant, Haku, and Moolah. As you can see, I already have match 4 listed as Fabulous Moolah versus Becky Lynch. So technically, let's get started with the rolling of the names. And then after I get all the matches set, I'm going to roll, instead of rolling these 8 sides, I'm going to roll 20 sides. I'm going to roll a 20-sided. Highest 20-side wins. And as again, like I said, this rainbow die, which is that one right there, is going to be current superstars. And this orange-colored one will be the legends. So let's get these matches started first. Let's roll and see what we get for these matches. Now, I have to remember that 5 on the current and 8 on the legends is already gone because that's Moolah and Lynch. So we have number 3, which is Ray Ray. For match 1 is Rey Mysterio. Versus number 6, which is Andre the Giant. Okay, so now we're going to go for match 2. And see, I'm not cheating. I'm actually writing them down and not trying to memorize them. So now we have, well, we got to re-roll this 8-sided because we already used up Ray Ray. So we have the Great Khali versus Taz. That's going to be a scary match. And yes, I call Taz a legend. Okay, so let's see who we got for match 3. We have, do we already have Seth Rollins? No. We got Seth freaking Rollins versus, nope, he's got to be re-rolled. Ooh, Hogan. And did that match already happen? Okay, so now we've already got match 4 rolled, which like I said, it was the Fabulous Moolah versus versus Becky Lynch. So now we have, okay, that one's got to be re-rolled. We got Sting versus somebody. And let's see what we got for Ric Flair. Now that's a classic WCW match. If I haven't seen one yet. Okay, so actually, let me get into as I'm rolling these. That's 1, which is Roman, and 4 is Big Rikishi. And then when we go into height advantages, and then as we go into the, once we go through these 8 matches, because it's just going to be one 20-sided roll, whoever's got the highest wins. We're on to match 7, which is, we can't do that one. Who we got for 3? Umaga. And what do we got here? Oh, wait. Yeah, no, he's already taken. Fuck it. 6. He's already taken. You know what? We're going to make that one Haku. Okay, so let's see. We have Ray Ray and Andre. Okay, who am I missing? Do I got everybody? Ray, Andre. Kali versus Taz. Seth versus Hogan. Moolah versus Lynch. Sting versus Flair. Roman versus Rikishi. Umaga versus Haku. Oh, then we have... And this one, last one is Lex versus... Wait a second. Who didn't I use? Haku, Rikishi, Flair, Lynch, Hogan, Taz. Oh, I put Umaga twice. So let's see. Let's see. So we don't need that. We need the rainbow. And let's see what we got. 5. Who's 5? That's Becky Lynch. No. Fuck it. We're gonna put Lex versus Umaga. And then who are we gonna put? Who are we gonna match up? Where's Umaga? Where's Umaga? Oh, we'll put. Okay, so. Oh, I know who I put. I forgot. Ambrose, Demon, or Moxley. Okay, so we got our matches. Does everybody agree that we've got some good matches? If anybody wants to call in, the number is 716-202-8430. So we're going to be, the first match we're going is Ray versus Andre the Giant. Like I said before, rainbow dye is WWE superstars. Orange dye is the legends. So here we go. First match. Only one roll. Highest number wins. And we've got Ray beating Andre. So check that off. Isn't that a scary thought? Next one is Kali versus Taz. Oh my God. Taz got smashed. So far we've got 2 WWE superstars fighting in the next round. Okay. So the next match we got is Hulk Hogan versus Seth frickin' Rollins. Ooh! Hogan kicked the shit out of Rollins. And if anybody wants to know what that roll was, it was an 18 versus a 20. A nat 20. And we're gonna if I roll nat ones on any of these, that's gonna be a complete knockout with injury. So now we're up to Moolah versus Becky Lynch. And Becky Lynch takes that match. Well, so far we've got Rey Mysterio, Kali, Hogan, and Becky Lynch are going to be going into the second round. And I'm going to give you guys the opportunity to make the second round bracket when I figure it out. Okay, so Sting will be taking round 5. In round 6, we got Roman Reigns versus Rikishi, the big quiche. And, quiche takes that one. So now we've got Moxley versus Haku, which I would have loved to see in that match, actually, for real. And, Haku takes that one. So, last match for this round is Lex Luger versus Umaga. And I can't pronounce his name. I can't write his name right. And, hang on. I want to make sure that we get a roll. Oh, and Umaga takes that one. Okay, so here's what you guys got to work with. you've got Rey Mysterio, Khali, Hulk Hogan, Becky Lynch, Sting, Rikishi, Haku, and Umaga are going into the second round. Who do we want to see face off in the second round? So we got, come on guys, give me names. I've got Rey Mysterio, the Great Khali, Hulk Hogan, Becky Lynch, Sting, Rikishi, Haku, and Umaga. Who do we want to see? Ray versus... Okay, so we got Ray. Okay, so we're going to write this down wrong. Ray versus Haku. Okay, so we got Ray versus Haku. Who do we want for the match 2? So we've got Khali, Hogan, Becky Lynch, Sting, Rikishi, and Umaga. Hogan versus Quiche. Okay. Works for me. Okay, so again, we are down to Khali. We have Khali. Khali. Becky Lynch, Sting, Rikishi's out of it, and Haku's out of it, and Umaga. I know I'm boring you guys, right? I was trying to do something that might actually enlighten my show for a little bit. Hogan versus Rikishi. Didn't I already put that one down? Yes, we did. So come on, guys, help me out here. Who should we set up next? You know what? Let's put the man, Becky Lynch, versus... We'll put her against Sting. What the hell? So, Khali and Umaga, but we haven't gotten that one yet. Okay, so the second round matches are going to be Rey Mysterio versus Haku, Hulk Hogan versus the big Rikishi, Becky Lynch versus Sting, because she calls herself the man, so. And we have Khali versus Umaga. And by the way, so everybody understands, this was a idea that my rec therapist gave me when I went and saw him the other day. So let's get these matches started here. And our referee for all these matches just happens to be Matt Amato. So let's see. We got Rey Mysterio versus Haku. Oh, Ray takes out Haku. Ray's done it twice. Let's see. We got Hogan versus Rikishi. And how am I going to do that? We'll say, and we'll give it to Rikishi because they were two legends. They didn't have 220. Becky Lynch versus Sting. Ooh. Sting dominated that match. And our last match of the night of this round will be Great Khali versus Umaga. What? No, what? Little. What is that supposed to mean, Rob? Okay, and then we have the Great Khali versus Umaga. And Umaga takes it. So now we have the last matches are going to be Ray versus, Ray versus Sting, which is another WCW. And Rikishi versus Umaga, which could be interesting. Okay, so let's see what we get with these. Charles Robinson is referee. No, I'm using Matt Amato as a referee. Because actually, you know what, Matt? I'm going to throw a couple when this is over, when we go down after the main event match coming up in a few minutes, I'm going to throw a couple of the Nickel City wrestlers against each other. So what do we got here? Ooh, Sting takes out Little Ray. It's a smash. Okay, so now we got the Big Quiche versus Umaga. Family versus family. Ooh. We're going to give that one to the Quiche. So now here comes... Yeah. Nickel City downloadable content. So last match of this series will be Rikishi versus Sting. And what we're going to do with that one is we're going to roll the D20s 3 times, and whoever gets the most wins out of that will be our champion. Okay, so this is 3 rolls on the 20. Whoever gets the most wins out of it. Rikishi is orange. Sting is rainbow. And, double nat 20. So that's going to cause a reroll. And the reroll is Sting for 1. Sting for 2. 2 out of 3 falls. And technically, Sting's is our main event winner, our champion for the night. So now, if I don't get my butt kicked, come on, Matt, we need to... We're going to put... Oh, I know who we're going to put together. This should be fun. People are going to get pissed, but this should be fun. So let's go through and get some Nickel City downloadable content here. We're going to put Soldier. And come on, who should we put Soldier against? Actually, I know what I'm going to do. Yeah, I know what I'm going to do. Soldier versus Mad Dog. Versus Ace. Versus who am I gonna Soldier versus Mad Dog versus Ace. Who else should I throw in that mix? Yeah. Can you see who I wrote? Matt, can you see who I wrote? Sorry. It's a 4-way dance. And then we're going to put, then we're going to have another match. It's going to be Shadow and Junior versus, I put in Matt Matthews in that four-way dance. Again, Soldier, Mad Dog, and Ace Gervais. Shadow and Junior versus. We'll put Ty and Mike. Okay. So no, I'm going to take Matt Matthews out of that. I'm going to leave that one a three-way. I got something else for Matt Matthews. Okay, so then we're going to put Samson versus Kodiak versus Primal. Okay. So we've got three matches set so far. Let's go. Should we run these and see what happens? Oh, yeah, I'm going to do that. I got a better idea. So let's see. We've got four matches: Soldier and Mad Dog versus Ace. Soldier versus Mad Dog versus Ace. So I'm gonna have to roll a 20-sided again to see. Okay, Soldier gets a 10. Mad Dog gets an 11. So let's see. And Ace gets an 11. So. You know what? Roll that one again. It comes up an 11. So we give it to Mad Dog. Okay, Shadow Jr. versus Ty and Mikey. Let's see what we got going on here. Ty and Mikey take that win. Okay, so now we've got Samson Alexander versus Kodiak versus the Primal Warpath. And you know what? Just because I want to, we're gonna add somebody. Yeah. Yep. Blast from the past, Matt. The Thriller. So I got to roll this. Got to roll the first two, and we got a 17 and a 2. So we'll go 17, 2. This is for Primal and Thriller. Ooh. So our outcome for that match is Thriller takes it with a nat 20. He hit Samson Alexander so hard that he knocked his glasses off and gave him a concussion. So now comes my favorite match that I dreamed up. Matt Amato versus Matt Matthews for head commentator and head voiceover for any upcoming NCW events. Matt, you're the rainbow dye. He's the orange dye. And you know what? I'm going to roll that again. That's 2 out of 3 rolls. Jesus Christ. Come on, Matt. Matt Amato takes that one. So now here comes the question. Should we match Thriller and Mad Dog up and see how that comes out? Or should we add Thriller, Mad Dog versus Ty and his partner Meaty Mike, or whatever he's called? How should we do that one? Come on, I need crowd participation here, guys. Help me out. So we got Thriller. We have Mad Dog. And then we have Ty and Mikey or Mike. Okay, so we already had the Ultimate Match Showdown. You won by getting a 20 versus Matt Matthews getting an 18. So here we go. We got Thriller and Mad Dog versus Ty and Mike for tag team championships. What the hell? And the numbers say that Ty and Mike take it. Yeah, I know my comments they're always delayed a little bit. Ty and Mike take that one. So I've got 30 some odd minutes left of my show. I did an NCW run and I did a I did an NCW run, and I also did a WWE current versus the thing versus the Legends. So, what should we come up with now, guys? We're not going to roll any more dice for now, but let's see. What are we going to come up with now? Yeah, but I got to remember AEW stars. I'll set that up for actually that will be the next time I run this, which will be probably in about 3 weeks. Cuz I have Rob coming on via Zoom next week. And then I have Matt Matthews and Shadowcat coming on for the April Mayhem show, or the April show at Tavia's Downs. So we'll see how that works out. I'm going to have to actually get a list of matches. So what do we got going? Let's see. We got the Nickel City show coming up on April 19th. That will be, what is it, Cupid's Carnage? Matt, you want to be on? You could call in now if you want. The number's up on the screen. The number is 716-202-8430. And yes, Matt, I'll send you a link, Zoom link for the show on the 17th. So what do we got going on, guys? God, I love peace and quiet. What do we got going? With Justin at the moment watching the show and my stepson. You got a stepson? Which Justin? Justin Trumbull or Justin Trumbull or Justin the other one? Okay. I'm not going to argue that. I don't get into your personal religions. Oh, you got Justin Ham? We don't want him around. He's always causing trouble. NXT's coming to Riverworks. I won't buy a ticket. It sounds like it's going to be an actual good show. it will be it actually be a really good show. And the NXT stars have been really doing really good. So we got 3 people watching. Let's see what the third one is, but so what do you guys want to talk about for the next half hour? We could talk about wrestling, we could talk about anything. Except other sports, because I'm not really into those. Hang on, I need to get some water. Are you going to actually go to that, Rob? Tonight's SmackDown, yes it is. We're building up to WrestleMania. Wait a second. Amato, when is WrestleMania? WrestleMania should be coming up usually in April. So what, like April 16th? Something like that? Or did they move it back because they're holding it in another country, I think it is. Wait, isn't it being held in Vegas? So, what do we got going on, guys? I've lost most of my viewers, it seems. Everybody ran away on me. Hello, hello, hello. I'm talking to myself. 18th and 19th. Oh, that would explain a lot to me. Oh my God. Yeah, that would explain a lot. And you know what I'm munching on, Rob? I'm munching on the snacks. So, guys, we're looking at WrestleMania coming up April 18th to the 19th. I want to see the OTC versus CM Punk. Love the grapes. I do too. Yeah, that's going to actually be interesting to see Roman Reigns versus CM Punk. I don't know if is actually WrestleMania going to be shown on Netflix, or are you going to have to buy it through ESPN? Because if it's not going to be shown on Netflix, it's not worth it. They should have left it on. They should have left it on Peacock. A lot of people don't want to buy ESPN or pay for ESPN. Yeah. So, what do we got going on, guys? Yeah, I don't watch ESPN, so maybe I'll get lucky and they'll do a replay on Netflix the next day. but I doubt it. So, guys, so what do you guys think of my show? It's going to be, I know that we did like lightning round, but next time I'll have more wrestlers. Might actually add some more to the WWE versus Legends, or I might actually mix in some AEW with WWE. Have cross promotion battle. We do have the open door, or the forbidden door, which is open. So we'll see. Or you know what? We might go hardcore next time. We'll see how that goes. Should we go hardcore next time, guys? Take us back to the ECW or ECW time frame. But Tommy Dreamer versus Sandman. Singapore cane match. The only way to win is to beat somebody unconscious with the Singapore cane. EC Dub. Yep, we'll go with EC Dub. That sounds good. And you want to know what the funny part was? Is I was in Syracuse last weekend. Yeah, last weekend. And I saw Mr. Anderson, Bushwhacker Luke, Road Dogg, and Jeff Jarrett. Plus, on top of that, I saw one of the I can't remember what his name is. Matt Amato. We had the guy that wrestled with Kevin Sullivan at Batavia was there. We also had some one-up wrestlers were around. But we'll see what happens, guys. I want to see how things work out. But, I'm going to say this was a good show. And we'll see how things go. And, I wish I had my on-the-air light again. So, let's see. What do we got going on, guys? What do we got going on tonight? Hang on. I want to see something. Nope. Probably have to call it up. Don't mind me. I'm actually just looking something up. What do we got? Okay. Podcasts. What we got? No. We're actually going right now. Let's see. So, so we got, double, whatever. Yes, I did see Mr. Anderson actually. And it's kind of funny because, where he was at, right across from him was, I can't think of his name now. So, yeah, we got a lot of things going on. It was actually good because Bushwhacker, one of the Bushwhackers were there too. And, There was a lot of different things going on, a lot of different events. If you want, look on my Facebook page at Mick Rambo Hatton and see the Syracuse Comic-Con pictures that I took. There is a 9-foot-tall Venom pool on there, which I know who's under that costume. There was some nice stuff, but Rob? What do we want to talk about next week, Rob? Since you already did a show on sports, what should we talk about? So, guys, what do we got going on today? Yes, we had the wrestling show. We put an NCW spin on it for a little bit, which NCW stands for Nickel City Wrestling, guys. We matched up Legends versus the actual. We matched up Legends versus the actual wrestlers. We could talk about WrestleMania. Which one? Since we got a whole crap ton of them. I've got most of the DVDs. Except for the last few because they haven't put them on DVD or Blu-ray. Yeah. I wish I had a full list of matches for that, but we never know how that works out. Oh, here's something that's worth discussing. Oba Femi versus Brock Lesnar. We got Oba versus Brock Lesnar. Two big-ass powerhouses. So who should we go with on that one? I wasn't very happy about that. Give me 1 second, Rob, okay? Just give me 1 sec. We got to get Rob in the red chair with the orange headset running the show. Give him the power. Oh, you brought in an old friend of mine actually yesterday for your show. I haven't seen him in years. I know that he used to come to wrestling. He used to do different things, but I haven't seen him in years. So I'll have to comment the next time I see you guys on. Rob, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I want you to, the next time you plan a show, make sure you book with before your show or after your show ends. Make sure you book with Richard to get you another time slot. As you know, time slots are hard. Everybody wants their shows during the week. There's the constant shows. So, Rob, have you came up with feel free to Zoom. I would. All you have to do is tell Richard to turn on a Zoom room. I'll come in on one. I'll come in on a couple. Have you thought about your topics for tomorrow? And actually, let's flash back to Jason's show. You were talking about haunted locations, and you said you would want to get into the Central Terminal. The only problem is that they closed the Central Terminal down because they're doing renovations and repairing that place. But If you want another haunted location, and you can get transportation by having somebody take you out there, there is the Hinsdale House out in Franklinville, New York, or actually out in Hinsdale, New York. The Hinsdale House is out there. The also, when you were talking about the haunted hotel over on Grand Island, that is the only big hotel on Grand Island it's now closed. But yes, there is a little girl who runs around there. When we were having conventions down there, she was causing chaos with the equipment. I've seen video from when Central Terminal was open that a paranormal team was doing an investigation, and one of the girls got permission to go back by the back door of the part of the Central Terminal. She asked the spirits in the Central Terminal, "Can you please open the door for me? My arms are, I don't have it, I've got a heavy load I'm carrying." And the door swung open. And then the door swung closed after she went through. The Statler, I haven't been in yet, but I'm going to say yes, it is haunted. And you're thinking about the old Buffalo Psych Center has the Hotel Hilton there, or the hotel, whatever it's called. That I know is haunted because I had a friend who did a Parkinson's walk. I had to park in the parking lot of Buff State and walk around the entire outside of the old Buff Psych Center, and I heard people screaming, "Let me out, let me out, let me out." I have been to Rolling Hills Asylum. Yes and no, it's haunted. It's kind of a little, let's just say it's a little twisted. I have been to different locations. I've ghost hunted the 3 ships in the Buffalo Naval Park. Those places are a little twisted up too. Just be careful if you're going, and make sure you you get a cleansing, or you put up protection, because they will mess with you. Is there anything else that you would like to talk about? I could tell you a story about the Central Terminal when I was there. I went there for a convention called the Para Horror. It's PARAHORROR. And I was sitting there waiting for my zombie friends, because I was part of a zombie group, to come back to the table from watching an indie film. Hang on. And during that time, this was the first time I've ever been to Central Terminal. Nobody told me that there was an active train line behind the terminal. So I'm sitting there scrolling through my phone, and what happens? They get a active train going by. No, like I said, nobody told me there was an active train line there, so I heard the train, and I'm like, yeah, ghost train. I was taking pictures from the inside of on the inside of the terminal, and had my head down reviewing a picture, and a black form walked past me out of my peripheral vision. I thought maybe it was somebody who passed by me. When I looked up, nobody was there. So I believe that some of those places are real. They're haunted. Yes, they're real. I've been to estate sales where I've went in to look and felt like somebody was trying to hit me. One of the ex-residents of the building, because the lady had passed away, was trying to hit me with her cane. I've been in other places that just feel off. I've been to a couple different events in, sci-fi and that have been very interesting. I think the worst one I've been to was a event recently. Doesn't NT have anything haunted like the Wurlitzer building? Actually, the Riviera Theater is one of them. Riviera Theater has a ghost in it. The Wurlitzer building probably has a couple ghosts in it. There's, I'm trying to think where else. I know there's a place up in NT that is haunted. You could go walk past the cemeteries, and I will guarantee you those are haunted. You will hear noises coming out of the cemeteries when there's no traffic. Because I've actually got permission to go do a night shoot in the cemetery off of Payne Avenue. And I heard noises that no animal would make, no car would make. I was deep enough in that nothing, and I mean nothing, I couldn't hear anything on the street. I could see shit on the street, but I couldn't hear it. Walking through the Pine Woods Park during the day, you will hear the girl that got murdered there screaming, asking for help over and over and over again. Normally, it's during the morning or during right before the park closes when all the Frisbee golf players are gone. And no, it's not the deer or the squirrels or the chipmunks making that noise. Because I've never heard a squirrel, a chipmunk, or a deer scream out in a human voice. But I got 8 minutes and 13 seconds, so we'll see. Any other questions? Questions, comments? Oh, I'm going to ask you a question, Rob. What do you think about them changing the Dingus Day Parade route from where it usually goes to and ends up at the farmer's market down to now it's ending up in Tonawanda? What do you think about that? Did you know we had a World War II veteran who was 107 years old pass away recently in North Tonawanda? He was the Grand Marshal of the Dingus Day Parade the year that I shot pictures for them. It's not a big deal. Well, yeah, it's not a big deal, but at least there's been a lot of stuff that's been different, man. What about them changing the venue for Canal Fest? That's actually a little bit better for people because it's a better chance of parking. You're not too far from what? Where the Dingus Day Parade's going to go? Or from Canal Fest? Because Canal Fest has gotten moved from downtown, down by the water, over where it usually is, all the way up to Gratwick Park. Yes, on which one? Because now you got me confused again. But hey, I'm easily confused. Yes on Canal Fest or yes on Dingus Day Parade? Because you got to remember, I'm just down the street from you. I'm down at the corner of Niagara and Robinson. So I'm not that very far from you. So, guys, we're going to wrap this up. I've got 5 minutes. I got less than 5. I've got a little over 5 minutes. I'm going to wrap this up with my normal. Be safe, be strong, and see ya.